As a filmmaker, I find connected universes fascinating, from the box office busting and industry shaping behemoth of the MCU to the intricate, ever evolving fan made Pixar theory. These connections flesh out overarching themes, build communities to talk about, and make a shitload of money. This is mostly relegated to the old media of film and television, but a few new media sources have dipped their toes into creating universes. I am one of those people. I, being your resident Flickr film historian, will be taking the Flickr Film Society YouTube channel and will be shaping it from a bunch of short films into an epic story with a powerful message, a comprehensible and understandable universe, a high art film extravaganza, a Flickr universe of the cinematic kind. Let's get world building. In order to have a grand universe, we need to have a few ground lines to create a strong foundation. There are 117 videos on the channel, and not all of them contribute to the universe. Therefore, rule number 1 is that we will only be looking at short films produced and distributed on the Flickr Film Society YouTube channel. This mainly cuts out podcast episodes and the Flickr Fight series and takes our 117 videos down to 49 pure entertainment short films and one 56-minute long film. Another piece we need to clarify is who's in this universe. We have a lot of characters in this universe, and actors can appear in this universe with multiple names. This will bring us to rule 2, doppelganger theory. Made popular by the Nickelodeon and Disney Channel sitcom universes, doppelganger theory submits that though two characters may sound the same and look the same and interact with the same people, if they have different names, they are different people in the universe. I'm going to add 2 sub-rules to this one, being that we have to follow the credits and we can't create new doppelgangers. To give an example, actor Cameron Henry has 15 different roles in this universe. Subrule A specifies that all his named characters are different people, while Subrule B stipulates that all characters with a vague name, such as Bathtub Man, will fit into another named roles instead of just being Bathtub Man. This will be the main thing that increases our connections in this universe. Also, I would like to specify, all characters appearing in this work are fictitious. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. We are talking about the characters, not the actors who played them. Finally, Rule 3 is summed up by the phrase, seeing is believing, which means if something happens or is shown in a video, it exists in the universe. We see a superhero in a video, superheroes exist. If we never see a leprechaun, I can't say, oh, this is the work of magical leprechauns that exist off screen. Basically, this is a no BS rule. It makes it a bit more of a challenge. We'll put the list right here of the rules so we remember them, and over on this one, we'll put a list of all the things that exist in this universe to help with those connections. With those 3 rules as a foundation, we can begin going into this universe. Rather than going through a direct timeline of events, I'm breaking this universe into its thematic centers. We'll assume the short films happen when they were released, so the timeline is just when the videos are released. The easiest place to start would be looking at the Flickr YouTube channel in the universe. 7 of the short films discuss the club itself, whether it be officer meetings or filming a short film for the channel. Within these 7s, they reference 7 additional short films as being shorts in this universe. We won't worry about these anymore because they are in-universe media, like Kill Bill or Lightyear if you saw that one. That brings us to the question, if I'm discussing all 50 pieces of media in this video, does that make everything non-canonical? No, you dingus! We're analyzing the short films, and if you look at the name of the video, this is a video essay, not a short film. Checkmate. Anyway, to keep things simple, I'll point out specific shorts in each section that have important bearings, such as Interest Meeting, which shows club leaders Matt and Santi arguing over the future of the club, ending with Santi running out and Matt being an egomaniacal dictator over the Flickr YouTube channel. One small part of this Flickr universe is in-universe media. Like the shorts referenced in the club skits, these are TV shows and ads within the universe. They don't have any major implications on the universe besides Oh Reliable, which is an ad for Sierra Mist in which a man tries to kill himself. This is impactful because it was released in January of 2023, and in the same month, PepsiCo canceled Sierra Mist and began distributing Starry. It is my understanding, as your resident Flickr historian, that in the Flickr universe of the cinematic kind, Cam caused Sierra Mist to be discontinued. Another theme in this universe is supernatural beings and powers. Flash of Light had to be inspired by something, and Flickr has more monsters than the Dark Universe, which isn't that hard. They had 3? I found 9 short films that incorporated supernatural beings such as genies, ghosts, omniscient beings, Greek pantheons, and fairy car mothers. Anyway, the major shorts I'll point out are No More Wishes, in which a person finds a genie, wishes for no more wishes, and sends that world into chaos, and That Guy at the Party, which shows Hugh, a guy seemingly nobody likes, use some sort of mind control or brain-infesting spores to make everyone think he's the funniest guy at the party, which is a little strange. We'll get back to it. Moving on, we also have a major theme of technology and shadowy organizations, which I labeled as sci-fi. This theme has 5 shorts, which include talking cars, spy organizations, aliens, and superheroes. There aren't any specific videos I'll point out, as they don't have many overarching implications, except heroism, which shows that Carly has laser vision. We'll get back to that later. Finally, we have a catch-all term I call world building. These 14 shorts don't have a lot to do with each other, but they pad out the world, following different characters and telling average Joe stories. Some standout pieces of world building includes dank-ass weed, piss-flavored vapes, and sentient plants. The only short that I really feel like highlighting is 637, and that's because it makes me feel physically sick when I watch it, and I've had to watch it 3 times for this deep dive. Pun definitely not intended. Now that we've covered all the shorts involved in the Flickr universe of the cinematic kind, we can weave our way through the shorts to follow different characters' journeys. Once again, we'll start with some important characters in the Flickr Film Society because they have a lot of connections. First, we have Brian. Brian is a very important member of Flickr because he shows the internal strife in all filmmakers, wanting to make the things he wants, but not having the ability to, be it scale, people, or higher-ups pushing against a filmmaker's vision. We only see Brian in one film. However, through the in-universe sketches, we can see that he finally did create his work, Copy Machine. In my opinion, the magnum opus of the Flickr Film Society. Sadly, this is the last trace of Brian in this universe, which is sad. I miss him. Other Flickr members that take importance in modern sketches are Matt, the egomaniacal leader of the group who rules Flickr with an iron fist, and Carly and Cam, 2 members of the club who have come up through the ranks and have been in classes and on sets. Heading back to the laser vision, due to the 3 rules we set up beforehand, the actor Carly Joy only played 2 named characters, herself and Amy the Empath, and based on her actions, I don't really believe Amy would be doing graffiti and heroism, so despite the weirdness of the student having superpowers, Carly has laser vision nonetheless. Now finally, we have Harry. Harry. Now, Harry is a member of Flickr. He works on a couple sets, acting and the like, and then we find out he's a fucking Brit. So the members do the only logical thing, and they kill him. That would be completely fine, except Harry shows up again in That Guy at the Party. We can't rework the timeline because of other reasons I'll explain later. So first question is, how is Harry alive? Some other less important but fleshed out characters in this universe include Matt Hadley and James, 2 roommates who had a falling out around the time of 637. Can't imagine why, but after which James tried to be a better friend in the metaphor. There's also Mo, an alpha male podcast host who's just the worst. He's a misogynist in 3 songs, but he gets his comeuppance in That Guy at the Party where he falls under the spell of Hugh. And where else should an alpha male story end than being taken over by someone else telling him what to do? A few others are Jacoby, who just gets the shit beat out of him, Mike, who experiences the strangest characters in this universe, including succumbing to Hugh's power, and Hugh, who we've already talked about before, and I still don't have answers to. And that's question number 2. What is Hugh? Finally, our third question is essential. Where's Brian? I miss him. Where is he? Anyway, we have those 3 questions to be solved with these 3 rules. After coming through the Flickr universe of the cinematic kind several times, I think we can answer question 1. Based on rule 3, we know that the Greek pantheon exists in the universe. So, going back to mythology, we know if there's someone who cared about Harry enough, they could go to the underworld, which has to exist, bring Harry back from the dead. Now, at the end of The British Are Coming, we see that Connor, he's also a Brit. So perhaps he killed Harry because he knew he could revive him. And then Connor went all the way down and Orpheus Harry out of Hades Town. Booyah. Question 1 solved. Mark it off the list. Let's go. But we still got Hugh and And we still got Brian. Look, I'm going to be honest. There's no real way of knowing where Brian has been. And for Hugh, there are a couple of strands for Hugh, but nothing that we can cement him into this universe. What we can say about Hugh is that he takes over several reoccurring characters who haven't been seen since, which makes me place it at the end of this timeline for a healthy their stories end here kind of conclusion. But how he got the way he is, I need to do more research. Rule 1, as important as it is, hurts the world in this instance. So we'll carefully slide one video from outside the Flickr Film Society channel into this universe. It isn't breaking the rule per se, but it's more like bending it a little bit. So maybe just it's cool. It doesn't matter. Anyway, this important piece is entitled When Your Friend Makes a Short Film, found on the Wolfshirt channel. In this, Cam, who's a member of Flickr Film Society, his script gets rejected. Impassioned by his father, Cam shoots the script on his own, presenting it at a screening with the other important Flickr members, such as Matt and Santi. This screening is so awful that people throw up, die, even run away, never to be seen. Except for Cam himself and the glorious, amazing Return of the King, Brian, who shows how cool he is by being unfazed by Cam's magnum opus, probably because he knows it can't be copy machine. Question 3 answered. Now for Hugh. I think we can solve Hugh if we just maybe give a bit of leeway to another one of the rules. So maybe just a little So, picture this. Matt, having been so disgusted by Cam's presentation that he runs away. Cam becomes the ruler of Flickr. Matt has no more control. So what does he do? He goes to search for something that can give him some sort of power, and he stumbles upon a quaint little lamp. He gives it a little rub, and poof, a genie, because the genies exist, and he finds a genie, and Matt uses his one wish as a man who loves control and loves power and loves the ability to control people, to wish to have the physical ability to control people. That's yes. He disguises himself and goes over to the new name Hugh. He comes back to the Flickr area. Enough people look like everyone else that he can come in unnoticed, slip in, nobody knows. Then, at one party that will live in infamy, he strikes. He takes a group under his control. They laugh at his jokes. They agree with everything he says, and they watch what he wants. Hugh, has the power now, and because the next person to find a genie wishes for no more wishes, he's unstoppable. All of this, everything, what does it mean? How it end? Well, well. Being phase 3 of the Flickr universe of the cinematic kind, it only makes sense to end with a dramatic team-up, which I just so happen to have written. It's a simple, easy, 10-hour spectacle of betrayal, heartbreak, and chaos, ultimately ending with the destruction of the universe. The power is in my hands. I control the timeline. Oh, cool. A new Flickr sketch just came out. So I was just told by official Flickr higher-ups that we don't have the time or the budget to create a 10-hour-long feature. And on top of that, the whole new Welcome to YouTube sketch thing just puts so many more questions in the air. Like, who's in charge of Flickr? What's Matt doing there? He's like, he's not supposed to be there anymore. And like, I mean, it kind of solved the Harry problem, which is good. Like, time travel, fun. We still got like a rule and a half still, which better than nothing. I spent 7 months on this. Well, on to phase 4, I guess.